Like, why bare knuckle boxing? Like, what attracted you to that?
I mean, there's a lot of things there. I mean, like, fighting is what I love to do, and like as you can see from the Tyler Diamond fight, if I could have that kind of fight every time I fought, it would be a dream come true for me. You know,
Right. Yeah.
it's something that I love to do. I love to stand and bang and just get gritty. And I mean, I love to wrestle, I love to jiu-jitsu, but you know, when it's that constant pace of just pure, you know, grit and determination and just desire to win, you know, that kind of competitiveness, you know. So um, when after the Bracketona fight, you know, I was hoping that my efforts on the show would, you know, would have secured me a shot in the UFC, and you know, I was pretty confident. A lot of my team around me was confident that, you know, after the Bracketona fight, you know, I'd shown enough determination and heart to be given a shot of showing, you know, what I can do on the big stage, and it weren't to be. So, you know, I took it like a man, and you know, I was still very unaware of why, you know, but I didn't beat around the bush with it. I just got on with life and I moved on and got back to work and enjoying my life, and it's been a crazy year. So coming at the end of that, I didn't want to fight MMA again by the end of the year. So I had my fight in July. I was cut around end of August, September. So I was like, if I don't get something in me active, competitive wise, I'm going to put on too much weight and I'm never going to be the same fighter again. So I had to, I just wanted to steer away from the MMA side of things. And I got approached about bare knuckle boxing, and that just like lit my eyes up. You know, it was something that, for me, it was something that I could just go and do and not worry about, you know, the record I have and the pressure that I've got, you know, whatever decision I make MMA wise after this, you know, being released, I had to make the right decision. I had to, you know, I've got to make sure that, you know, the right opponent, and, you know, I put a lot of pressure on myself. So I just thought, do some bare knuckle, forget about the MMA for a bit, and then just come back to it once, you know, I know what I want to do. So the plan was to have the fight, and then see what it brings. So so it went from there, really. Like you say, I got the fight and an amazing experience. It was definitely that.
Oh yeah, I could imagine. I think, you know, and I think it kind of gets a bad rap because, like, you see, I mean, there's probably more cuts and stuff, right? You got, I mean, your bare knuckle slicing people's faces when you hit them, but like, you probably take more cosmetic damage. But in terms of overall health, like with all the things we're figuring out about CTE and injuries and stuff, I mean, you hear guys like Joe Rogan talk about this, right? But people, like, when you're in a fight or like a kickboxing bout or a boxing match or UFC even, you got a cast on your hand and then a glove protecting all the like fragile bones inside of it. So, I mean, there's a good argument that bare knuckle, it might be the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, people obviously look at look what happened to me. I ended up with 29 stitches, cuts all over my face. But you know, I had the fight on a Saturday. I was home by Monday. I was back at work on Tuesday. You know, and
Right.
it's, you know, like you say, the superficial, the cuts, the side of things, they're not great, no. But you know, MMA, like every MMA fight I've had, cracked ribs, you know, feet, swollen feet, bad knees, bad legs, you know, you name it. And MMA is a lot more brutal in the sense of overall body damage, you know. Bare knuckle, yeah, you know, you've got the chance of a few broken hands and some scarring and some stitches, but you know, people look into it too much, don't they? So I mean, it's like people see me and they're like, "Oh my god!" But I took more damage in the Tyler Diamond fight than I did on that boxing bout. You know, it was a few cuts, but I'm brand new now, and you know, maybe them scars won't, you know, heal the best, but you know, it's just skin. It's not gonna affect my life, is it? You know, it's not gonna hinder it in any way. So
Exactly. Yeah, I agree 100%. I just think it seems like it looks more savage, right? Like it looks more brutal or primal or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, if the sport were to ever and I think it has potential to, like, if it were to ever catch on, I mean, and they could do studies on it and compare it, I bet you would see less overall head damage and adverse health effects in bare knuckle boxing if you compared it to MMA, and especially boxing. I mean, if
I
you,
mean, the head of the Wyoming board, um, he put out a video regarding it and said that if you take a football and you throw it up in the air and you punch it, or if you and then if you take the football and throw it up and kick it, which is going to go further? The kick. There's more power. There's more velocity. You know, so if you could take a shin bone kick to the forehead, or what is a bare knuckle? So you look. I mean, and it's true, but I mean, like, you look at the fight that I had with Robbie. You know, he landed probably, you know, a handful of punches, and the ones that landed got the cuts were the jabs. You know, the jabs. It's that sharp knuckle, and it's not heavy shots. You know, bare knuckle was about accuracy and, you know, landing them punches with, you know, clean precision and opening up the skins. What it's about. You know, you're not really going for the knockout all the time. You're going to cause damage, and, you know, and that's what it's about.
right, yeah, that's a good point. I guess if you think about it, like, the big forceful shots, you're right, they're probably not the ones doing any of the cutting. It's going to be those quick ones that are getting out there and, like, you know, ripping through the skin. That's a good point. I never thought of that.
Sure. No, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I felt them. So, you know, like you say, it's the cut damages are from them, just quick little sharp shots, you know, 1-2s, and, you know, they're catching you on the forehead and not really hurting you, but they're just slicing you. You know, it's especially if you got a guy that's got a fist like sledgehammers, and, you know.
Yeah, that doesn't help things, right?